everyone, it's Erin. So welcome to February's Alchemy Scope. Already, the month of January flew by for me. I don't know how it was for you. I am wondering though, I wish we could engage because I am very curious how you are doing now. This particular month for me was quite intense on a variety of different levels. And if you are sensitive, and even if you're not sensitive, I would say everyone is feeling some sort of response to this time frame. I've spoken to several clients that are feeling increased pressure, that they're feeling obligated to follow their particular soul's story. And there's other things too. Lots of people are feeling stuck and kind of knowing that action is required, but they're not clear about what the action is. So there is this real time right now of kind of marination and having to turn inward, having to go inward. And for many people, for some of us, it's okay to do that. Like, we're used to doing that. We actually like doing that. It's a self-investigation process. But for several people, it's highly uncomfortable. They hate going within. And so there's this rejection about that. And so a lot of people are distracting themselves more and more. In fact, I will say just today, it was actually interesting because I was going to film this intro today. And I experienced two people within an hour of one another that replicated the exact same qualities to me. And it was quite stunning. They were walking zombies, completely not tuned in, not connected. And it was either a severe numbness that was going on, that they had so much going on, either emotionally or in their life, in their mind, that they couldn't connect, or it's like they were just blank, void. And I have to say, more and more people, I'm coming upon more and more and more people like that. So if you're watching this video and you tend to want to distract yourself because you don't want to feel, you don't want to go inside, this time frame is about, we're obligated to grow ourselves. We're obligated to go within. We're obligated to actually feel what's going on and evolve it. So that's why this channel was started, by the way. And the Alchemy Scopes are going to be just one component of this channel, I will say. There's other projects that are in the works. That's why this video is a little bit late. So, so let's look at why. Why are a lot of us feeling pressure, or maybe there's a lot of stuff coming from the past, like you might have been flooded with maybe even strange, like memories you haven't thought of in forever that are coming forward this month. There's reasons for this. On the macrocosmic scale, there's a lot going on. We have Pluto. This was about mid-January that it was exact, but Pluto is squaring the moon's nodes, the south node and the north node of the moon. So what does this mean? Well, Pluto is, the planet of transformation, deep transformation, like serious, deep, cut to the chase transformation. And the moon's nodes are about habituated habits, patterns of being. The north node is about where we need to go, where we're being urged to go, where we're obligated to go. And so right now, the south node, and so the other aspect is that Uranus was exactly conjunct the south node on the 20th of January. So not only do we have this Pluto square the nodes, but we have the Uranus-Pluto square activated alongside Uranus exactly conjuncting that south node. So what does that mean? That is exceeding pressure to change habituated habits of self. Thinking, feeling, being in the world, It's big. It's really big stuff. Now, on top of that, we have the fourth consecutive, in fact, on the 20th. So when Uranus was conjunct the south node, we had our fourth consecutive 0-degree new moon. When I was recording the previous Alchemy Scopes, I didn't have my 2015 ephemeris yet. And I was stunned when I saw that the first new moon of 2015 was this 0-degree Aquarius new moon. Here we are in the age of Aquarius, and this is an Aquarius new moon, 4th of 4 consecutive new moons. The next new moon will be at a 29 degree, so a critical point. Also, by the way, in Aquarius, so we'll have 2 new moons in Aquarius, one at the 0-degree point, one at the 29 critical degree point. Very, very, very potent time, you guys. Very big. So if you're feeling stressed, impatient, angry, maybe you're raging about things, depressed, sad, there might have been grieving that's been coming up for you, deep sadness about what's next, what's coming, what do I even want? You know, that's kind of the big thing for a lot of people is, I don't even know what I want. I know I want something different, but I don't know what I want. So there's a lot of pressure with that. And a lot of people too are feeling the pressure to live in alignment with their core self. This is just the time. And I will tell you, this spring is going to be potent. So this first quarter of 2015 is hot, it's potent, it's rich. You want to drink it in. You have no choice, really. I mean, we are here to drink it in. But the more you push it away, deny it, avoid it, don't want to feel, distract, it's going to come at you no matter what. So either you accept it and you go with that flow, you either work with nature's principles and you work with least effort, or you resist it and something breaks, something collapses in your life, something suddenly falls apart that maybe you weren't willing to look at. Maybe it was right in front of your face that it was about ready to fall apart, but maybe not. So anyway, so there's reasons for this potentiated time frame that we're walking through right now, this chapter of this human story that we're walking. It is very, very big. And it's very rare. We're not gonna, this is unique. This is unique. I mean, certainly none of us are ever going to experience anything like this in our lifetimes, and probably it won't ever exist exactly like this. This is a cycle in a big macro cycle. So this is highly unique, this period of time that we're walking. So that's what's going on. So I hope that you're able to embrace this rich, challenging, obligating, unrelenting time frame, and know that you are here to get clarity, to get still, to get quiet, to create space for yourself, to be willing and brave to go within, to really face, in fact, invite the wounds and all the stuff to come up and come forward, and allow that process. Because by allowing the process, by allowing what's already happening to happen, then the magic happens. Then you'll start to, your eyes will start to open wider. You'll start to see more broadly. You'll begin to see the synchronicities that are taking place to support your transmutation from your old self to your new self. Because that's what this time frame is. It's about transmuting from the old, from the lead to the new, to the gold. This is about your evolution. Okay? So let's talk about the macro cycle for this particular cycle, which is this 0-degree Aquarius new moon. The symbol, the Sabian symbol that's imbued with this new moon is an old Adobe Mission in California. Now, this one was a hard one for me to really feel, to really get a real sense of the deeper meaning of this particular Sabian symbol. Dane Brudier talks about it in a way when he goes into an explication of this particular symbol. It doesn't resonate for me. How he speaks about it doesn't resonate for me. He talked about impressiveness. He says, while becoming an integral part of it. So it's mastery of man over environment while becoming an integral part of it. It's not really that, in my view. This was about Catholic priests coming to California trying to convert the indigenous Native Americans to an organized religion and taking them out, devaluing their belief system and bringing forward, imposing another. To me, this particular old Adobe Mission picture is something that's abandoned and no longer used. So to me, that means, the flavor of that and what it evokes in me, and it'll evoke different things in different people. And that's exactly what these symbols should do. But for me, when I interpret that, especially when we're looking at this kind of human evolutionary journey that we're all taking right now, this is quite definitively about that way of being is old and antiquated and no longer working. So it's about moving to a different way. It's about moving to the North Node in Libra way, which is cooperation, and it's relational. It's based on relationships. It's not based on just the self. It's based on the self in relationship. And whenever you're in relationship, and life equals relationships. Life is all about relationships, not people to people only. Our relationships to our thinking, our relationships to our feelings, our relationships to events and circumstances, our relationships to our environment and context. Life is nothing but relationships. So the North Node in Libra is quite interesting with this particular Adobe Mission. Those ways of coming in to an area and telling the peoples of the place, that has no value. This is what you value. That doesn't work anymore. It's very old paradigm, and it's something that's crumbling away, like an old Adobe Mission. So take that symbol in a way that speaks to you. And Dane says, when positive, the degree is effective breadth of vision and a respect compelling depth of character. And when negative, lack of ambition and blind adherence to superficialities. So I'll leave that with you. You can take from it what you will. I have my own idea about what it means for the bigger picture of us, for us as both as individuals, but on the collective level of what is not working for the old paradigm and what is crying, screaming to come into play for the new paradigm of thought. So, okay, everybody, that was a lot. So let's talk about what else is going on the macro and the microcosmic levels for you. Hi, Taurus. So let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came forward for you this month to reflect the theme that's playing out in February. You received 21 cutting through, and the two trigrams that make up this hexagram are fire above, thunder below. And I actually just want to double check that before we proceed with the definition. Hold on just one second. Fire above, thunder below. So let me go ahead and read a little bit here of what this means for you. The situation calls for confronting a tenacious knot and cutting through it. Somehow the way to harmony and unity is blocked or frustrated, perhaps by a tangle of deceit or corruption. Like Alexander the Great cutting the Gordian knot, take decisive action and you will meet with good fortune. Don't be afraid to shake things up a bit. The ability to take corrective measures when they are needed is an essential trait of true leadership. Those who bring discipline to bear must above all be honest with others and with themselves. Honesty is the hallmark of the strong and self-confident. The successful person masters the art of honesty much as the swordsman masters fencing. When lies, delusions, and game playing are getting in the way of teamwork, a swift sword of honest action, perhaps even punishment, must be wielded to protect one's integrity and values. Decisiveness with integrity at a time like this brings good fortune. Though your actions be vigorous, they must not be hasty, severe, or arbitrary. Be sure to carefully consider all the circumstances. In the case of a serious disruption of relations or events, you must forgive but not forget,
at least until a person has made reparations for his mistakes. If corrective action is necessary, make certain that it fits the crime. When rules have become slack and useless, only through the institution of clear and swift penalties can their effectiveness be restored. So that looks like to be your theme in the month of February, Taurus. Let's go on to your spread and see what comes up there.
Hi, Taurus. So let's take a look at a spread for you. I did it a little bit differently this month. First of all, I'm using the Bral Talej deck. This is a deck that was developed by Shama Viola in the community in northern Italy called Damanure. It's a fabulous deck. And I went ahead, we're doing the same spread, but a little bit differently. The focus of the question is more about showing us a central issue that will likely be unfolding, emerging this month for you during the cycle. And then what action steps would best support you? What does your soul, your higher self, recommend for you to deal with the situation at hand? So let's take a look. I've already shuffled the deck. Let's see what's coming up. So already you're getting the forgetting card and the remembering card. So this is interesting. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So first of all, you got the Bral Talej card. This is essentially the Joker. It's the potentiality card. It's the anything's possible card. This is in your thinking sector. So Spirit is clearly asking you to restructure your mind so that you know that your thought, anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's really a matter of, we have very subtle definitions about how life operates. Some of them are overt and obvious. Some of them are subtle, and we think it's just the way life happens, but actually it's the way we think life happens. So this spread is very specifically saying you really are called to utilize your mind to reframe it, to change your mental constructs about reality. Anything is possible. And insist. So let's look at the central issue first of all. The central issue that is likely to be coming up for Taurians this month has to do with remembering abundance, remembering a time of fortune. Fortune could be money, like literal money. It also could be abundance in its many forms. So this is about abundance in relationships, in creative ventures, in anything. Abundance in life, you know. And let me take a look at these other sectors here. So the issue at hand is about you will find yourself during this cycle remembering a time that was happy, that was abundant, that was full of good fortune. And Spirit is saying, focus on a new direction. Access these memories. These memories will be coming up. That's what's going to be happening. And Spirit is saying, focus on a new direction. You want to focus on a new direction. You want to bring it closer. You want to actually, this is similar to another spread that I did. This is about feeling your feelings. It's about bringing your feelings about the situation closer to the surface, about not denying them, about not dismissing them and validating them. This is about actually feeling them, bringing them up, letting them bubble up, so allowing the emotion as the guidance. Think, know that anything is possible. So the remembrances of past fortunes, past good times, past relationships that were good, that were happy, that were joyous, fabulous. Let the emotions come to the surface. Think the new direction. See the new direction. Know the new direction. Know it's coming. But it's more than that. It's not know it's coming like it's separate from you. You are your coming. You are your future. You are the creator of your future. So this is about creating with your mind the new direction to come forward very clearly. And it's about insisting it. So this is about becoming resolute.
This is about becoming confident and resolute. Now, I will tell you, this is about first becoming clear. And that really is the key for all of us, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we know we're unhappy, but we're not clear yet about what it is we want, what direction exactly we want. That's okay. Start with the little things. In fact, the remembrances that are going to be coming up for you is most likely going to spur. This is going to serve you greatly. First of all, everything that occurs, all these insights that we get, they serve us because they bring forward the information or the clues or the pieces or the breadcrumbs or whatever you want to call it that are creating the instigating force for us to go in that direction. So they're all serving a purpose. You will have remembrances coming forward that's going to serve you in that they're going to remind you of things that probably you loved, because this is fortune. You know, this is all the good stuff that's been coming in the past or that existed in the past. Let that feed you. Let that feed your new direction that you want to bring forward. And let that feed the new direction wanting to come forward without the minutia, without the drama, without the stuff that has not served you. So this is about taking the good stuff from the past, creating the new direction. In other words, this is going to serve some of the details of what you want to see manifest coming forward. So this is wonderful. This is wonderful, especially during this time. So let's see what else we have for Taurus this month. Hi, Taurus. So I really wanted to be outside when I did some of the card pulls. And I'm here at the Stanford University at the Cantor Arts Center in the Rodin Sculpture Garden. And the Gates of Hell is the backdrop. As we are moving through these intense times, it seemed like the perfect symbol to have for these times that we're moving through. And this is not to make it negative or overly dramatic. There's more to say about it, which I'll say in another segment of the video. But it's a powerful time, and it can feel quite difficult. Although energies are, well, I don't know if lifting is the right word. There's a lot of movement happening now, and there's a lot of obligated movement on our part. So there's more pressure. So if we haven't been moving, we're going to feel more pressure, and it's going to be a little more difficult. So I wanted to pull your cards. I've already shuffled, and I've pulled your archetype that wants to be awoken and evolved within you this month. You received Rescuer, okay? I will tell you that I was doing a pre-filming earlier, and I pulled Rescuer for you. So this is definitely the Turian card this month. Rescuer has come up for you, wants to be evolved. The shadow aspects of Rescuer are assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. The evolved archetype of Rescuer, the evolved polarity of Rescuer is provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Now this leads a little bit to the Ascended Master that's come forward for you this month, which is Teacher. This is the support for you. Okay, so Teacher has come up, and the Ascended Master is Mahakohan Rakoksi. It says, this is what Doreen Virtue writes. This card is about learning and teaching. You've learned a lot from your experience and relationships, and now it's time to pass that knowledge along to others. Your current situation is bringing you opportunities for spiritual growth and teaching you some important life lessons. As soon as you understand and accept these lessons, old patterns will drop away and will be replaced by wonderful new experiences. So, these two pieces really wanted to come forward for you now. Let's see what else we have for you. So Taurus, let's look at your Dakini that came forward for you as the archetype, the quality set that wants to be embodied. That if you embody this archetype, it will serve your growth. It'll serve your experience of bliss and least effort. And you received 54 Vegetativa. Now let me read a little bit here, like we did in the past reports. The document to the full, the link to the full PDF is below this video, so you can link there if you'd like to. Vegetativa, when the earth receives water, she pushes upward into the air. Now, a little bit of the definitory meaning here is a few bullet points, but let me read through this for you. A gift of green energy from Vegetativa. Something in your life really wants to grow and flourish, to take root, to sprout and spring upwards, to branch out. The seeds are already planted. What do you need to do to nurture and nourish their germination and growth? All things green need water and sunlight to grow. They also respond to love and attention because they are living entities. If you are consulting about a project or relationship, define the nurturing factors in the current situation. What represents the light toward which the plant is drawn and that stimulates its growth? This is your main focus. What represents the water? That which you apply to the situation in order to promote growth and provide the juice to flow through the entity and help it function. Where does your water come from? Is it an unlimited or limited resource? Make sure you are in a position to provide the basic elements to support life and growth. Then apply the magic X factor, the love, focus, and attention applied to your intention. This formula applies to everything, from planting a garden to growing a business, growing a relationship, or growing a vision. Wonderful. So let's finish off the month for you, Taurus.
So everyone, that is it for this month's Alchemy Scope. I want to remind you that if you haven't gotten your archetypal profile or symbolic profile, the information will be below. I also want to let you know that this month, January, between the Alchemy Scopes, the intention was to bring forward other videos because there's a big list of goodies that I want to be producing and making. And they are in the works, actually. So look for tools coming forward in February, starting in February, but it'll be ongoing. This is going to be throughout 2015 and beyond. But there will be foundational pieces of information coming forward that will help you. And I'm really excited because the pieces that I'm bringing forward are, they're going to be good. They're going to be good, and it's going to be easy to understand. These are not going to be long videos either. They're going to be kind of brief teachings to the point. 4 foundations of this, 4 foundations of this. So this is going to be delicious. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to subscribe. And please like and share. I have to tell you, I hate saying that on this whole YouTube thing. It's like and share. You guys know that already. So I'm going to actually try to avoid saying that because I don't know. There's something about it. It's so salesman-y. I can't get over it. I'm getting used to this whole world of, I don't know, marketing myself. It's a trip. It's really a trip. But it's an interesting process. And I will say, kind of a little tag note on that, I'm quite confident that there's a whole new way of marketing ourselves that has nothing to do with what these bloggers and these social media marketers are insisting that we do in order to get ourselves known. It's like, I only want to be known. In fact, I know that I'll only be known by those who want to know me. So I'm not attached to that. Do I want more views on the key videos that are to come? I do, because I think that they're going to be foundationally helpful. I think they're going to be foundational for this new paradigm of the new human. So that's that. That's my whole spiel. But I thought I'd make that point because I don't know, this whole social media thing is very interesting. Anyway, so until the next video or until next month's Alchemy Scope, I wish you a wonderful February, and I'll see you soon.